That's dangerous. Everybody's going to get vacations,
Yeah.
pay
No.
raises.
Lindy
what you
can't
need?
do-
You need a day off? Oh,
No problem.
let's go to the bar.
We had to. She'll just be the partier. No,
Yeah.
she's out. We're not
can't
doing
do it.
that
She
shit.
just needed a day off, so I drove her down to Mexico. We'll be back in a couple days.
No
exactly
big
right.
deal.
This is about control, everybody knows, everyone complies. We're the kinds of pros, I don't need a plane, I just hit the road, I do what I want, I can't sell my soul, market about to crash, this is what you chose, ruining the country, I think that's the goal, you gon' take the mark, I take narrow roads, I'm a man of God, I can never fold.
Are you ready?
Always ready.
All right. Let's go. Welcome to the Protect Your Purpose podcast, where we talk whiskey, business, friends, family, and freedom. I'm your host, Matt Marchese, and this is my day's co-host, guests, friends,
He's gonna
team members, employees,
All the things.
and now podcast guests, right?
Yeah.
Brooke Fritchen.
Hello.
Welcome to the show, Brookie.
Thank you.
And this is Paige Johnson. Welcome to the show, Paige.
Thanks for having us.
You got it. How are you feeling right now?
Overwhelmed, but excited.
Are you? Okay, what about you?
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Let's
All right.
go.
Yeah, you're good with this.
Yeah.
You, not so much.
I'm just here for the whiskey.
You're, I'm sure you are.
She loves it so much.
So, Brooke and Paige, for our audience who don't know us or know them, Brooke and Paige are team members of mine in all of my businesses, really. They play roles in anything that I'm doing. Unfortunately for them, and very fortunately for me, they are doing also. But Brooke is the integrator. So we've talked about on the show before, we use an operating system called the Entrepreneurial Operating System, EOS. So in the EOS, there is an organizational structure, kind of a template, and there's options to choose from, but we use the VI, the Visionary Integrator. Brooke plays the role of the integrator in our game. I play the role of the visionary. The integrator is like a COO, like an operations director, and Paige is the director of finance. So Paige runs anything admin and anything money and anything finance, and Brooke basically runs everything. We're going to chat today about some business. What do you think?
business.
Love it.
Yeah, some bee's knees. All right. So before we get started, these girls were very impatient guests and could not wait. So insisted that we pre-game or pre-show while we chit-chatted off air. And
I don't regret our decision at all. So.
no, so we are on our
warm up.
fourth drink today. I'm just
That
kidding.
is
I'm just kidding. This is only our second drink. And Brooke, tell us what we're drinking today.
We are drinking our very own American Purpose whiskey.
Yeah, we sure are. So we are, at their request, we
Look at
decided we're going to drink our own product. We've worked very hard on this. It is very much not released. This is very much not okay, or the final label. But it's a barrel pull. You can't make faces like that on the show.
No, I like it.
There's video.
I like it better than the other one I just had. So
Oh, really? Well, we won't say the name of that
I
one
know.
because that's a dear friend of ours.
I'm sorry.
But what do you think?
I like it.
Delicious.
Not bad for a very, very young ass bourbon.
I almost
Maybe.
feel like I've been waiting 8 years for it.
Yeah, for real. It does feel like
At
that.
least still you.
Paige, are you a whiskey drinker?
She is now.
Right now, yes.
Okay, good.
Listen, when they walked in, you heard them. Like, can we do whiskey right now?
Oh, that's what you do on this show.
That's what we do. On
I was
the
hoping
show.
for maybe a seltzer, but
Lindy does that shit. She's like, can we do
Glass of
wine? Can we
wine?
do champagne?
Yeah.
Lindy always wants some other shit. I'm like,
switch it up a bit for
we
selfish
don't,
reasons.
We don't do whiskey, wine, champagne, Truly,
Whiskey.
High Noon.
Definitely don't do Bud Light.
You do Bud Light.
I do not.
You-
Michelob
Bro.
Ultra.
Stop it.
You used to do Bud Light.
Shh, don't
Brooke,
tell
shut
secrets.
the fuck up.
Ian, cut this.
Ian, cut that
I'm
part
pretty
out.
sure we have you in a hat, a Bud Light hat.
It is a Bud Light. hat.
saw that a week ago, by the way.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
white trash
that's
bash.
true. We were at a white trash party. Sorry for our white trash audience. We mean no disrespect.
No.
We were all Bud Light or Busch Light drinkers at one point. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of what we did. And then Michelob Ultra. So like the white trash women just drink. just
Because
drink.
we're counting our cows.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. The ones who
I don't
are
think Ultra was the thing then.
I don't think it was either.
either way, it's an Anheuser-Busch product, and either way, we're yeah.
I think your choices were like Busch Light or Bud Light, and it kind of just depended on quantity or quality.
Yeah.
Don't
now,
forget Keystone Light.
now it's
Light.
Busch
Oh,
Light.
yeah.
Oh yeah, the Dirty 30. You can get the 30 pack.
The
of Keystone.
Dirty 30.
Yeah.
Damn right,
The
bro.
Dirty 30. Well, now it's Bud Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra, and evidently most of the dippity do shits in the world have no idea that they come from the same exact company. And they're I'm not calling you a dippity do shit,
But I didn't know.
but you do now.
Yeah.
See, that's look. We promise one thing on this show, and it's value. You're gonna learn
Education.
shit. We're gonna educate your ass.
Go learn today.
And you're gonna learn today. And guess what you did?
Learn a
You
doctor.
learned. So now you can't drink Michelob Ultra anymore, or else you're a trans. You don't want to be a trans, do you, Brooke?
Can't say it was.
Depends on
on
how many
my
ultras
to-do
she
list.
has.
Yeah. Let me know.
No
Let me
kidding.
know later.
I have seen Brooke drink enough Ultras to become full trans.
Yes, for sure.
That's not true. We're just kidding, Brooke. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about some entrepreneurship. So we've talked about it many times, as I'm sure you both know, because you're avid listeners of the show. We talk about entrepreneurship, and entrepreneurship is essentially an ownership mentality as an employee, which is what both of these two badass MFing young ladies are on my team. Without them, as anyone who knows me well, Ian can attest, I would be lost without either of them.
I attest.
Yeah, because they have truly, for the last, 5, 6, 7 years, 8 years,
6 and 7.
6 and 7 years.
Who's counting?
I have, not me,
years.
obviously.
Paige is like
Long
7
years.
2 days, 48.
Yes, Paige has a ticker in her room. It's without them, I would be lost, because about 6 and 7 years ago, I guess, they got the numbers dialed in. They took control of my businesses, and essentially it's been all uphill since then, and they've taken over all of the roles and responsibilities that at one point were mine, and I have no idea what to do without you anymore. So successfully made yourself more valuable than I ever wanted you to be. How do you feel?
We're now here to take over the podcast.
Oh, yes.
You gotta be careful.
Oh.
Ian, you can call me boss.
Don't let us into.
Thank God my job's secure, though. Jesus.
Yes. Listen, they will fucking
Yeah, we're
take over this podcast in a second. They do
Watch
it way
out.
better than us, too. Plus, they're more charismatic. They're prettier than us. Can you imagine if we had Lindy?
I know.
Oh, man.
We need Lindy.
We need Lindy. We'll come back. Again.
Oh, no.
Not that you're not
She's
great,
gonna be so sad.
but we'd love
In
to have
fact, she
Lindy here.
snapped me and was like, "What?" I was so upset.
I could almost promise if we had you two and Lindy do a 3-women show,
Matt
it'd
and
probably
Zach
be,
are fucking gone.
You guys
and it'd be one of our most viewed episodes.
You guys would do great. We should do it
Just
anyway.
doing all
Yes.
girls.
I think
I'll
we
sit-
should.
I'll sit one out. Maybe one day when, like, if I'm out of town or if I can't,
But you never travel, man.
you want to sit in
Oh my
You're saying
God.
you're not
The
gonna
true
sit
plan.
and be nice.
That's the true plan right there,
Did you
Matt.
see Brooke?
I was like,
coming for that.
on it.
That's my fucking chair. Like,
Yeah,
Lindy would be pissed, but maybe that's her good side.
No,
we have opposite sides.
Yes,
This is
and
her
I'm
side,
always in the middle.
That one's mine.
So you would have to
It's
sit.
meant to
and
be.
you've got both good, all
Yeah.
good sides.
all good. My backside.
Doesn't matter.
All the good
They're all
sides.
good. Yeah.
Anyway, stop distress.
Sorry.
I could tell you one thing: between the three of them, they wouldn't get a damn thing accomplished.
It'd be like
Paige
an
would have-
8-hour podcast.
And you wouldn't talk about shit. Paige would have to sit in this chair because this is the one who has to.
Make things
Get shit
She
done.
could get shit done
Yeah.
over there. Let's be real. She can get it done.
Anyway,
like a lot of
Zach's
sexes.
out, so this is the Ian.
Sorry, Zach. But
Grady's gone. That's for sure.
Sorry.
So Ian mentioned before we started, I think before you even got here to studio, this is the first time that I've been on the show without Zach and Lindy or Lindy. It's always one or the other, if not both. We can't do a show without Ian because we wouldn't know how to.
We don't know how to
So
like I
this
said,
is-
my job's secured.
yeah.
We're also not allowed to
100%.
push buttons, so
Oh yeah, should we?
touch microphones.
can't touch things.
I guess we can't talk about Bruno, so we won't mention what happened right before.
because it might.
I broke a fucking microphone because I break things. Is that what you're talking about?
No,
You're
Not
such a
at all.
bitch.
not at all.
Anyway, listen, can we talk about what I want to talk about? It's my show.
Is it though?
It used to be your
It
show.
was.
This used to be my show.
You should be questioning.
Welcome to the Protect Your Purpose podcast.
I'm really great at
Where
it.
we talk vodka, seltzer.
Yes, exactly.
ultra.
Where we talk truly trans. You guys would. Nah, Lindy wouldn't let that shit go down.
Yeah,
Lindy
no.
would be like, we're not. She'll drink an ultra, though. She doesn't give that much of a shit. I watched her the other day. Don't tell anyone, though.
I'm pretty sure I drank one with her.
I told you. And I'm pretty sure I told you what you were. Anyway. Oh, I know what you were. Yeah, you did, because I remember. All right, let's talk about business. So I want to talk about entrepreneurship. Like I said, it's best described by me, at least. I don't know, Ian, maybe look up a definition of an entrepreneur. But the way I would describe it as is someone that has taken ownership as an employee, an ownership role with an ownership mentality, with which both of you are the poster children for ownership as an employee. And I think that's what has, number one, made us such a successful business on all of our endeavors that we've started and began and grown and built thus far. And I think that's what has allowed both of you to rise to the top of my businesses very quickly, because you have forced my hand. I didn't even have a choice. I never promoted any of you.
You just talked about it at the Father's Day lunch.
I did?
What did you say? You said that's how Brooke took over.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like we held you hostage, just so
Brooke
everyone
took
knows.
over, right. Brooke took
We
over.
didn't hold him hostage and say,
Brooke just-
we're going to be the bosses of all of your businesses.
Brooke just started doing things, and I just said, "Ugh, I guess you got it."
I never considered that
crossed.
could have actually been strategy.
And maybe I tend to take things over. I don't know. But
Did you plan on doing that?
I mean, yes.
one night,
yeah.
we had a lot of
plotted.
Trulies.
Did you consider that? Like, if I just do everything, then he won't?
No. Somebody just had to do all the things.
Okay.
She's a doer.
All right.
I have no patience. It worked out.
So both of these women were hired early on in our ServPro business, and as the business ebbed and flowed, and as it peaked and valleyed, and as it went from sugar to shit and back to sugar on one or more of the shit dips.
Shit dips.
Yeah, that's a coin that term.
Yeah,
Yep, look it
we're gonna
up.
have to use that.
I want a dime
Make
anytime
some
someone
shirts.
says shit dip. Yeah, it's all about the shit dips. Listen, that's what business is. You have highs and lows, and the lows I'm going to call shit dips from now on. We would be shorthanded, and I mean, it's even till today. It ebbs and flows, and on one of the shit dips, or all of the shit dips, they both would use it as an opportunity to pick up slack and add value to the team and wear a second set of hats and acquire a second set of skills and a third set and a fourth set. And the next thing you know, as we were growing and looking for director positions, high-level leaders, it was simple because there was only, at the time, one person. And then shortly after, Paige took over another key role as our office manager and then grew into our finance director. When you make yourself so valuable, when opportunities come, it's pretty simple on who you're going to choose, because there was two options at the time.
Real quick, just to add a little context to that too. You got to take a little bit of the credit though too, because there's a lot of bosses that would just put an ad on Indeed, and you are a big believer at promoting within. Obviously, you have a track record of success and their work ethic, but you want to give an employee a shot to move up and keep moving up that ladder within your company.
Go what we're going to say.
Almost to your detriment.
I think I can speak on that.
All right.
From,
yes.
day one, Matt basically says, if you have a strong work ethic, stick with me, trust me. Like, I'm going to stick with you, and I've got faith in you, so let's do this together. And during those shit dips, I believe
Shit
it is.
dip, let's go.
During those shit dips, I did not think we were going to make it or I was going to make it, and we did. Basically said, trust me, we're going to do this, and somehow we did it.
We still look
And
back
then we did it again and again.
sometimes, and we're like, it's really, truly crazy to look back to where we started.
Yeah.
We'll just drive by 4th Street every now and again when we need a real good,
Memories.
I was
real
there for
good
that.
check.
We
like,
started in like a closet kitchen with nothing, sharing a
it was not bigger
computer.
than this room, I don't think. I feel like.
I'll never forget Brooke looking at me when we'd like lose somebody doing some role that I didn't even ever think I'd be doing. And she was like, so, do you think you can do so-and-so's job? And I was like, it sounds like I'm probably going to have to figure it out. Like,
Somebody's gonna.
I mean, okay, we're doing this.
Yeah.
Real quick,
Take notes, people. Go ahead.
it's so funny what Paige just said is the exact same thing Lindy says about your marriage. Like identical, like when you've had down times or whatever, just stick with me. I got this. Like we're
Yes,
gonna
get
do
through
this.
this shit.
We'll get through the
Yeah.
shit dips.
Sometimes I have to go kind of reevaluate the shit dips. I just tell people like, hey, we're going to get through this. And then I'm like, I don't know.
I hope we're going to get through this.
I need somebody to tell me we're going to get through this because I don't even believe myself. No, I always believe it. And we just had enough shit dips to where I love saying shit
We've
dips.
got
I
enough
know.
give a shit to get through the shit dips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's to the point where we're so accustomed and we're so familiar with them. And I mean, Paige, earlier today we had our quarterly planning meeting where we do our strategic planning for the upcoming quarter. Every quarter we do it. And today Paige was talking about basically predictability on shit dips, where, hey, every year we have enough historical data to where we can see this coming. They analyze our finances and they say every time we have this, then shortly after this comes. Like, it gets to the point where not only can you predict the shit dips and when shit's going to hit the fan, you can also actively hedge against it and, put stop measures in place to try and lighten the blow.
Sound some alarms.
But I think the more you go through as an entrepreneur and living proof as an intrapreneur, they're just as familiar as I am. They've been through the whole thing with me. You kind of get more, it's never easy and it's never comfortable, but the belief is easier. The blind belief
That's true.
is, well, we got through it before. I don't know how we did, but we did. And the answer is we have plenty of give a shit, plenty of grind, plenty of fight. We don't give up. I heard somebody say the other day, I don't remember who it was. Something about, I don't want to fail. And they're like, well, are you going to quit? No, well, then you can't fail. And I'm like, that's exactly how I say. It's only a fail if you quit. If not, it's just a shit dip. It's just a
growth opportunity to learn from.
And we always do. We always come out stronger.
Can we just talk about how you love to call them, is it experiences or experiments? I'm like, don't act like that shit dip was like planned and you were excited and you're like, but you learned from it, didn't you? Like, whoa.
Yeah, exercise.
That was scary. Exercise.
Like you did
yes.
that on purpose.
He's always like, but that was a good exercise. We made it out. I'm like, that's
Like, you're welcome.
yeah.
You
let's
doing
not-
okay with this exercise page? She's like, exercise? This is a crisis.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I'm like, listen, I've already got a couple ways out. This is an exercise. I know a couple ways out of this thing. It might not be the preferred route. But it's like, well, thank God, because I thought we're imploding. This is it. We're collapsing. And now they're more familiar, and it gets a little easier, right? Look at that face.
Not for her, I don't think, but for me,
No.
it's meh.
So we do the culture index, the profile deal, and which we've talked about on the show. Paige is recently trained up.
Yeah.
Not that she hasn't been before. We've been teaching her for years, but now she is an
4
expert.
years. Yeah.
Yeah. Hell, you're probably
You might call me a tech expert.
tech expert.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. So Paige has a natural. I don't know. We'll do nice here. We'll play nice with Paige. Paige has a natural way of giving just a little more of a shit and maybe holding on a little more than Brooke and I do. You can find that in the D. Maybe a little less resilient, a
more follow through.
little more follow through.
I'm going to remember things. I'm going to need
Yep.
to do all the things. I'm going to be organized in doing them.
She remembers
I'm
yesterday.
going to document. Yeah.
Yeah, better than us.
Yep.
She's gonna need more information. So working with two people like us,
Trying to pull it out of us. Yeah.
Would you say you like things to be planned, Paige?
I mean, it's always nice, but I love a good surprise too. You know?
She's gotten a whole lot better.
like, hey Paige, you're coming on a podcast today. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. Come on, Paige. No, I'm not.
Here
No, I'm
she
not.
is.
No, I'm not. Welcome to the show, Paige. I always win.
Hey, no.
Not that I'm in a
She's
competition
a high A
with you.
too, so she'll come.
Not
catch
that
it to
everything
win.
between us has to be a competition, but if it were,
This was a win for both of us. You're gonna love this episode. You're doing so great so far.
You might call it an exercise.
It's an exercise, yes. And people are gonna get a shitload of value from you girls. I'm certain of it. 'Cause
Facts.
they're gonna. Yeah. Listen, back to the entrepreneurship. What would you say to? And you can answer the question first. We'll let you prepare a little more than Brooke. I'm kidding.
loves
Whoever
to be
wants,
put on the
whoever
spot.
wants to take it. What would you say to somebody outside of our business? Because you say it to the people in our business. But what would you say to somebody who's in an entrepreneurial type business, a growing business, who is unsure of their future in the business or how to kind of climb the small business ladder, which is a little different than a corporate ladder, but I think the general principles are probably the same. I don't know. I've really never really, aside from the Army, I've never really climbed a corporate ladder. But from your experience in growth and creating opportunities for yourself and an entrepreneurial and growing business, what would you say to the team members or employees of that organization?
I'd say plan your own destiny, first of all. Like, wherever you want to go and where you want to be, you decide it, you determine it, and then work your way up, and how are you going to get there?
I think it's a lot about your attitude, too. Like, if you don't have a good attitude and want to be there, people can feel that. People want to be around you. And if people want to be around you, they want to work with you. And that's half of the culture. It's half of the fun. I mean, that's why Paige and I
Culture.
probably both enjoyed our job so much, just because we like each other.
Make it fun.
We go
Make
through
it
shit
fun.
dips
Like the
together with a smile.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
make jokes of it. I mean, our whole team's now. I mean,
Talk a lot of shit about me.
yeah.
And now you've got teams of your own that talk a lot of shit about me, I've noticed.
And
All
now
of
we've
our
got
teams,
microphones
yeah.
to talk shit.
And and I invited you on with microphones to talk
And
shit
video of it, too.
Yeah.
about the whole shit show.
Yeah, you got to, I mean, it's got to be a good
Embrace the
foundation.
suck.
Embrace the suck. Trust the process. But it's got to be a good, you got to have good people.
Embrace the suck is something we say often. And to kind of dice that up, like a lot of people just take that as a term, which I once did, of just like a, hey, get over it, get used to it, get used to the suck. But really, you can turn shitty situations positive. It's not like we're, facing a terminal cancer diagnosis. I mean, just work sucks for a little while.
But don't lay
Literally.
down to it. I mean, own it, run it, do something with it.
Own it, run it, and do everything you can, which you two do so perfectly.
It's also literally our job. Like,
Yeah,
we have shitty situations that we try and make
Always.
better. It's uphill battle. I mean,
it's literally what we do.
Can we also talk about how Brooke's top thing was culture? And mine was like
Planning.
making it to the top. and
get it
killing
done.
Yeah.
Plan your own destiny.
happy.
Yes.
That's why we say Brooke's the glue. She's like, just be happy and love who you work with and put on a smile.
That's right. Paige is
And
the
I'm like,
hammer.
make it to the end.
I'm the Mary Kay voice.
Brooke is the hammer, or Paige is the hammer, and Brooke is the glass that puts the shit back together.
Oh, she's the glue. We call her the glue.
Glue. I am the hammer,
I was like, yeah,
and Brooke is the glue.
I'm the glue.
You're the glue. We knew you're
You're
the
the
glue.
hammer.
Paige is like a little.
Paige is the
boss
designer
baby.
of the
Paige is the boss, baby. That's what we call
I
Paige.
hate that nickname so much.
It's the
but
best. It's so fitting.
It is fitting.
Yeah.
It makes me very sad.
Exactly. Paige is the nicest mean person you'll ever meet in the whole world.
the funnest.
And the fun. Yeah. So that's the point I was going to.
Yeah.
You guys make work fun for everybody. It's a constant laugh. Even when we're in the trenches, in a shitty situation, and things are not going well, and we've got to dive in, you both come out so quickly out of the shittiness and always make a quick turn and always turn it fun, which is why I think people follow you. Which is why I think it's easy to give you that, because you're so different and yet so similar in your drive, in your will to win, for different reasons, obviously, your ability to learn and adapt and take on anything ever thrown at you, and make it your own and own that shit and do it really well, which is what it takes to grow in a small business. There's another thing I was saying the other day. We had a Father's Day lunch and a dinner with a couple of the dads from our team, and I was explaining to them, they're, hey, thank you for the opportunity. I feel like I'm growing, and I'm basically a guy that we have who has kind of just taken over one of our management positions. Like, I'm kind of already doing the role, and I'm like, yeah, that's how Brooke got her job. That's what Brooke was saying.
Yeah.
And that's how Paige got her job. And that's how wait a second. That's how everyone gets their job. Make yourself, if you find a gap, if you find an opportunity to add value to the company without asking for any promotion or a pay raise or anything in return, just take on everything you can. That's what an entrepreneur would do. That's what an owner would do. And if you truly take ownership in your role in the company, you will be treated, and I try my best to treat particularly these two, as close to like owners as you can, because they fucking act like it. And if you act like an owner, you'll be rewarded like an owner would be, especially when the dust settles and people do things like, we know plenty of people who, when they take an exit in their company, they reward people with a buyout or a payout as an entrepreneur. There's a lot of growth and development opportunities for a non-owner, and business ownership isn't for everybody either. you know, to carry that weight would be very far outside of both of your comfort zones. But to do what either of you do, for me, I mean,
We take it on like it's our own. It's just
Yeah.
you make riskier moves than we do.
Yeah. For sure.
Would you
Go
say?
yes.
Would you say Matt sometimes drops atomic bombs?
Oh.
Every time he shoots
Talks.
us a message or tells us about some new business we've got, and we're like, we're doing what? We're
You don't know? You didn't hear
Oh,
it?
we're
I thought I told you
knitting
this.
sweaters as our
That
job
is
number
not-
5 on the weekends. He's
So-
like, yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. No, I swear I told you at one
So
point.
something we talk a lot about on this show is change, and I don't know if I've ever met a boss that incorporates change as much as Matt does. And so I work differently than you guys do in regards to the company. So I'm very curious to hear what you guys think about, or how you are resilient with constant change. Because obviously that's also going to speak about your work ethic.
And
And
Ian also isn't a huge fan, as you can tell by the
I hate
by the shape and forming of his
You
question.
would think that
I
with
see.
that low
He likes routine.
I see.
He likes things to be
Yeah.
planned. He likes
I mean,
day to day.
facts.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I enjoy it, honestly. It keeps me
Yep.
going.
You're a
I'm
high
used
B.
to it.
That's what you like.
Yeah.
I'm a high A, so I would get bored if I didn't have constant chaos. As terrible as that sounds, and I
Yeah.
don't like to admit it, but I mean, yeah, we
We kinda
somehow
thrive.
embrace and enjoy it, and we would be bored just like Matt would be if Matt
Maybe
didn't have a million Matts
maybe
in his head.
not. You could slow her down from time to time.
Give us a break.
But
Could we cut all that so that he forgets about all this?
Yes.
But
I don't listen to the show anyway, so
oh, good. You won't remember. Tomorrow's a new day.
it is great. And I know that Matt says if somebody is in their same position for years to come and has nowhere else to go or move to, whether it's sideways or up or into a different, some type of role, that's what do you have to look forward to. So fortunately, we always have that change
yeah,
happening.
that'll never happen.
Always changing.
Yeah, the way I see it is if I have somebody who's a key person and they deserve upward movement and they've proven it and they've been stagnant for too long, I'll just start a new company
You're
to
gonna
make them.
figure it out.
Yeah. We'll just start a new business to put them in charge of or something. We're not going to let anyone
Perfect
sit.
example is Lindy's about to retire, but she ain't about to retire.
Hell
No.
no.
Matt's about to start a new
Verbo-
business.
More verbos. or
That's right.
something.
She's like, when I retire, I'm going to do that. When you retire, you're going to be busier than you've been in 10 years.
gonna
when
come
you
work at
retire. Yeah. She's not coming to work at Surf Pro.
We've got a
Surf Pro
podcast.
can't pay her enough money.
Lindy,
Yeah.
we've got a podcast we'll be
That's
doing.
right. Her and Zach both. Zach's like, what am I going to do when I retire? Bitch. What do you mean, what are you going to do when you
got
retire?
things going on.
I'm waiting for you to retire. I got a whole ass position. I got a whole company I need you to spearhead. Let's go.
We talked about her being customer retention, and we were like, that's dangerous. Everybody's going to get vacations,
Yeah.
pay
No.
raises. What
Lindy
you
can't
need?
do-
You need a day off? Oh,
No problem.
let's go to the bar.
We had to. She'll just be the partier. No.
Yeah.
She's out. We're not
can't
doing
do it.
that
She
shit.
just needed a day off, so I drove her down to Mexico. We'll be back in a couple days.
That's
No big
exactly right.
deal.
Yes.
Meet
No.
us, everybody come.
No, we're starting a new business opportunity. We're growing another business opportunity, and Lindy's going to take a key role and be busy as shit, just like the rest of
Do
us.
we get to know what this is? Is this something we
It's
know
a
about?
surprise. It's a surprise. How's that whiskey? That
Oh,
was
good.
another one of those
Delicious.
Brook faces. How you guys feeling? So you, for two non-whiskey drinkers,
It's pretty, honestly, I really like it.
so it's barrel proof.
I was convinced
think
by
it
that.
came
I
out.
might be taking
At
a
120.
little too big a sips.
Tuan.
So it's my first time drinking
I
whiskey.
think it was
just
121.
more of a shotter.
Oh, I wrote it on there.
Matt, did you teach them?
3. It came out at 121.4.
The
You didn't.
the blowout.
Yeah, they know how to drink whiskey. They just
He-
don't do it.
He likes
They
to watch
forget.
us suffer.
I kind of forget, honestly. I forget how you do it.
Because you don't fucking drink whiskey enough. It's fine.
because
no,
it's too many
You put it
steps.
on your tongue.
Listen,
You
just
let it burn.
wait.
Brooke skimmed it.
That's right.
You breathe in, and then you drink again.
All right, we're going to do this again. Okay, yeah, breathe in before
First.
you take the sip.
See, I missed one.
Okay, so breathe
So
in now.
you're going to kind of nose it, sniff it a little, but with your mouth open.
Oh, so many rules.
And then kind of breathe in through your nose and through your mouth all at one time. You just look ridiculous.
This is so good, by the way.
Yes, Brooke, that's perfect. And then you just, and then once your breath is in, you put it in your mouth just a little bit,
To
the
burn
little
your
sip
tongue.
in your mouth,
Burn your tongue.
and kind of
Don't
swish it
swallow
around a little bit, fold it through your mouth. Yep. And then When you swallow and then blow it out. And then it won't burn. ASMR.
It's burning right now.
I found myself holding my breath too much, I think. Like, am I supposed to breathe?
And now once
now we try. Well, we gotta wait. 'cause
you
I
wait a
feel
few minutes, yep, your
feel my
tongue
tongue
is
opening.
all, is opening up.
tingly.
It's like a primer. If you don't feel that, take another little
Do you
swip,
feel
switch it
tingles?
around your mouth.
Should feel tingles.
The first sip is always going to taste like gasoline.
Let it
That's
really-
what it is.
Mouthwashy.
It'll power a fucking car.
And then just think
It's
about Earth
123
and try
proof.
and pick up little differences of Earth in
Yes.
there.
No vanilla. I'm not getting
You're
any
like,
vanilla.
well, you haven't. You have to.
Yeah, you got to
let
get
them
it
know.
primed,
It's good.
Paige.
Don't we have vanilla in this? I would have vanilla one.
It's a good thing you're good at your job, because if your job was to fucking
Design whiskey.
Brooke, it's a bourbon.
The mash.
You
blend,
can't put
right?
vanilla
She's just thrown out a bunch of whiskey
No.
terms.
Mash
Yes,
blend.
she is.
mash bill.
Bill.
Fuck, you were so close. You had it.
Mash Bill.
Listen, to our audience, they are business people, not whiskey people.
We're too
Just
busy for whiskey. He doesn't let us get out and play much.
Yeah, soon though. Once we release it, listen, this is going to become your life. Listen, this is where you are.
We kind of wing it.
My buddy Austin says everyone's on a whiskey journey. This is just where you are on your whiskey journey. The end is like Mecca. You're currently on your pilgrimage to Mecca. Okay.
Does that end in Louisville?
Usually
I think
ends.
it's like the game
Yeah.
of life. It's on
Yeah.
the way somewhere.
Kentucky.
Yeah. We should do that. We should get that scheduled.
What?
To go-
Facts.
To go to Kentucky.
Yes.
Ian's
coming.
like,
Let's go.
yeah, I'm in.
So remember, we're gonna make a whole thing out of it.
Yeah, we should schedule a Moon
Quarter or
U.
something.
No, we should schedule a Moon U class. We should go to.
We should talk to the finance person about
Yeah.
that.
You had
Pretty
me
sure
at
that-
schedule.
Pretty sure that was
Yeah,
one of our
right.
issues a while ago.
Yeah, we should schedule, and I think it's time now to get you. We should go to Moon U, and probably I don't know if we need to do the 6-day distiller. No, I think you do, because it's a lot of business.
Definitely
yeah, we're gonna
should
need to
do
do
the
that.
6-day.
Whatever the
one.
longest one is.
Ian, you're not going to the 6-day.
Stop it.
What do you need to go to the 6-day for?
Learning, and there's so much
Learning.
content to be made from
Learning.
that.
You're only going to have a couple days worth of content.
6 days worth. I agree.
It's a lot of money. Are you going to pay for it? No, I'm paying.
It's a write-off.
That's still someone has to pay for it, Ian.
We do need
That's
a
not how
driver,
do you know how
probably.
write-offs work?
You, know,
man?
right? You get the
You
money.
just write it off.
The government you don't have to
Yeah.
pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just write it off.
What page?
Right, Paige?
Yeah. That's Paige knows exactly that's how it works. When you write something off, you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
It's free.
It's like it never even happened. Just
Yeah.
close your eyes.
It's free.
It's like the Serpro slogan.
Like it never even happened. What were you saying, Paige, when I was arguing with Ian about whether or not he's coming?
I just thought maybe Ian could come and be our driver. I'd love a good chauffeur.
That's a good idea. What do you think?
Sure.
It's like,
Ian,
yeah.
take
No,
it, okay? I'm getting you there.
I'm picking up what you put. I'll take it.
I'll
take
take
it.
it.
Oh, you're trying to throw.
What?
You're conspiring against me to throw Ian a bone?
No, I'm just trying to get a driver.
Okay, good. Ian?
I took the
Ian will
boat.
be ordering a fucking Uber. He'll be
Listen,
like, "Yeah, I'm your driver. I ordered
No,
an
the
Uber."
worst part about the three of us is that none of us want to drive. So whatever I got to do to,
I do love driving.
We
by the
bring
way.
Lindy.
We
to
bring
drive
Lindy.
us.
I'm the lowest on the totem
Lindy
pole, so I always
loves
end
to
up
drive.
having to
Yeah,
drive.
that's right. When Paige is with us, we're like, "Sorry, Paige, you're driving."
We don't even rock, paper, scissors. It's just it's me.
Page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rock, paper,
It's
page.
the worst.
Rock, pager, scissors.
Although I drove you here today.
I know.
You did?
I drove her.
I'm so proud of you.
I know.
All right, so we talked about whiskey. We talked about entrepreneurship. We talked about your journey with me. Let's talk about something that both of you are extremely familiar with. I know. I didn't tell you we were going to talk about this, but I think it's an awesome perspective. Number one, our entire audience thinks I'm like a chauvinist pig,
So sexist.
a He-Man woman hater,
Accurate.
sexist.
As the two
Page.
top people in all of his companies are
Or
females.
women. Yeah.
Yes, right. I am not anti-women. I'm just anti-dumb shit. I'm an anti-feminist movement because I think it's fucking stupid. But I have two women, mothers of young AF and kind of young children, both of which have husbands who work their asses off. And, Ryan's in the insurance business and works his ass off, owns his own business. And Tanner is Paige's wife. and also is one of our operations managers in our company, another key role in our company, both very big roles, both very busy in a 24-hour emergency service entrepreneurial business. How the hell do you do it? And I want to start before you answer saying I understand very well how difficult it is to be a mom. I don't think I could be a mom and do what I do. Maybe I could. I doubt it. I don't know. I certainly couldn't give birth. Ian,
maybe in the future you could.
Is a single dad. He can maybe chime in here in a few. But how do you balance it? How do you manage to climb to the top of a company, earn the respect, build an entrepreneurial company, and continue to raise a family as a mom?
I mean, for me, Ryan does a lot now. I mean, if he weren't running children 500 places, baseball game right now as we speak, things like that. I mean, we have a lot of family too that help. So
sure, support system,
yeah, and same thing, friends, but mainly, just good attitude. Maybe some drinks on the weekend, but
it's all about the culture,
Good attitude with she did the fucking
college girl try.
For you audio people, she did the Popeye arm.
Woo, yeah.
Good attitude. Good for you.
I mean, it's not always easy. There's days where you're like, how am I gonna? I don't want to. You just
it's a lot.
Don't know. Sometimes we pep each other up too, and we have that. How are you doing? Check in.
We're in it together, so not many people understand the balance that we do, and it probably isn't always judged well by being two women who are doing what we do and working the hours and the craziness that we do, and so we probably do get some judgment here and there, but we care about what we do. We love our jobs, and we know that we're doing it for our kids partially anyway. But
for a purpose.
Yeah.
And luckily, we really don't go through them together. It's usually like Paige's in a moment, and I'm like, I got you. What do you need? I'll talk to somebody, or she'll do the same for me and cover down, or might even be kids at home. Like, we just figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tanner and I have a good balance.
And Tanner,
I think
helps,
it helps with him also having a job that asks a lot of him, and we kind of figure it out and prioritize and balance, like being here tonight,
Yeah. Lindy and I did. So I want to. You've got Paige has young kids, like babies.
Not
3,
even a year
2,
old.
and 1.
Almost.
And I will say,
we gotta call her 1.
3, 2, and 11 and a half months. Yeah. I will say, mom guilt is a real thing, and it is something that is so hard to explain and hard to understand. Like, every move that you make you're questioning it. Like, is this the right thing?
Yeah.
My career, do I put that first?
Yeah.
I mean, my marriage, do I put that first? Am I being a bad mom? I mean, you question everything that you do, every move you make. You're going to do that no matter what. So do what makes you happy and find time for the rest.
It doesn't get easier.
And I love that you tell me that.
And that's what
thank
I'm
you.
just like realistic.
So encouraging.
So, I think it's hard now. It's just different hard later on.
Her oldest is 14, and I love when she tells me that.
I'm driving, and
is this normal how I feel? She's like, it doesn't get easier. And no.
Actually, it gets worse.
It's totally normal. Don't worry. Oh, that's only the level you're at so far? Wow.
Lindy and I, when we were dual military, both active duty, we were at one point, we were both recruiters, which is the longest hours, the highest stress job. Ian was also, he's a Navy recruiter. We were both recruiters at the same time, and people would ask us how in the hell. Now, we didn't have kids, so there's that.
Sure.
But we've both been dual military for 20 years. We've had kids, and we've had to deal with it. But I think the way we were able to almost cruise through all of the challenges and trials and tribulations and shit dips that come with a dual military or even a military spouse or a military family was because we were so locked in. We could share the suck. I knew what she was going through. She knew what I was going through because we were kind of in it together. And I know this personally about both of your husbands, that they are in our, I mean, Ryan is an honorary ServPro employee. He is not an employee, but he's been working in our company
Did he
since
plan
the
the Christmas party, right? I mean, he's very
every year.
very integrated.
Every year he does.
Involved.
He doesn't have a choice.
He doesn't have a choice. Brooke makes him more. And Tanner is actually like a paid employee. And I assume that's probably helps contribute, knowing
100%.
that the way you get through it, and we've talked about that. You've heard the marriage. Lindy and I talk about it all the time. Like the way we do it is not getting mad at each other when shit's hard. You two do it with each other. Our other team members, our other directors, our other leaders, our other upper, mid, lower level managers. We all kind of do it. And if they don't do it, they usually don't make it.
Healthy conflict.
Healthy conflict.
Hold the
Yep.
space.
It's needed.
And hold space. We talk about that often. Just if you're having a shitty day, your spouse can't follow you down that path. They have to be your support, just like you do for each other.
We are very spousal like, but even Paige will say, her and Dan are talking. I shouldn't even maybe share this for you, but
Fuck it. We're on the podcast.
Yeah.
Let's go.
She's saying, "Do you want me to answer that as your wife or as your coworker?"
And it's like,
So
I'm
they have, like,
serious
this
too.
whole-
I'm like, am I just listening? Am I
Yeah.
your wife or am I your coworker?
it's like a-
Because that girl's going to tell you something different.
That girl.
Whose name did you say that was? No.
Yeah.
So
It helps to understand
they-
each other
yeah.
and know that we care. Like,
Give me an
Ryan
example.
and Tanner wouldn't be as supportive and great if they didn't know how much everything meant to us and how much our work
Yeah.
does matter. But
sure.
and a lot of our friends probably, like I said, think that we're crazy and can't believe how much we work or how dedicated we are. But
Yeah.
we ask the same thing sometimes.
Listen, I understand. I tell people all the time, anyone who comes in the company and says, I want Brooke's job, I'm like, well, I talked to Brooke
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
at 11:45 p.m. while she's laying in bed with her husband about business decisions for the following day. You want me to be talking to you at midnight?
Ryan knows every employee's name,
Oh, yes.
what their issues are,
Oh, yeah.
what they're mad about. Yeah.
Ryan's involved. But I think that's how you do it. If you want to grow your family and you want to do it, we talk about it all the time on the show. The most important thing is support for each other and supporting each other through what they want. I just did it with Lindy. I just talked to her. We talked about it briefly today, where as she approaches retirement, I tell her, look, we're going to need to compromise. If you want to retire and live kind of a free life and travel a little more and be gone a little more, that's fine. But we're going to have to compromise because I can't fucking do that. I will be unhappy if I'm doing that. So if we're gone, we have to commit to work for this. Why I got to keep her ass busy, because if not, we'll both be unhappy. But her response was, that's totally fair, and I'll make any compromise you need to. Like, that's what we're going to do. Now, does she want to be on the program? No, because she wants to retire and drink and eat and have fun and travel and do what she wants to do.
That's why we love her.
Right. That's why everybody loves her,
Yes.
of course. But it's compromise, and it's understanding that, hey, this is what's important to me, and I need your help doing it. And if you lean into that, the further you lean in, the easier the conflict will reduce, the easier the support will be, and you'll gain more traction, which is what we do all throughout the company. And I think you guys do a great job of it, both in your marriages, in your family, and, of course, for our badass businesses and our employees. You guys are the backbone of our company. Us, and there's plenty of others in our organizations who grind their ass off and love each other and treat this like we are family. It's a really cool thing.
It's a culture.
Yeah, we've
It's
got a
100%
cool
a
culture.
We weren't always the way that we are. Let's get that straight.
What do you mean by that?
Brooke and I weren't always just so happy and positive all the time and embracing the suck. So we can
Yeah.
be honest and open about that.
You're still not always
there were
happy,
some-
No,
There were some times we didn't think we were coming out of it, and we were both like, "Oh, what are we doing? This is crazy. This is terrible. All right,
Yeah, let's
Woo,
go.
suck it up. Let's do this." But
Well, it
That's
wasn't
true.
if I recall, wasn't the whole company like that? Like that culture was not there when you bought the company, when you bought, Lincoln or whatever.
we learned.
Hence
from
the
our
1111. I mean, you've slowly but surely been installing stuff to install the culture that you want, which is a family-like atmosphere.
So
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I was just going to say, I think a lot of that is, like I say, we learned from our mistakes. Matt, when we started, there were like 5, 7, 12 of us. So Matt could look us in the eye and say, I care about you. I want
Yeah.
you here. Let's do this together. Like, we got this. What do you need? We could all, sit and chat over lunch about it.
One more
As
one-on-one.
as we grew, it was like people weren't getting that FaceTime with him. They can listen to Brooke and I all day, but, we are employees, not the owner. It is different. And so people didn't see Matt. They didn't know what he felt about them. He didn't know all of that. And so it was like, okay, we got to base this around the culture. We have to let everybody know that we do care about them on all levels and all aspects. So I think that's when we kind of learned that Brooke was onto something with everybody needing to Love each other.
And now I get shout outs on Facebook and Instagram on social media that say, to my amazing bosses, thank you so much. And my name isn't even fucking mentioned.
He's just a little salty.
I'm just saying.
We're the face of your company, whether you like it or not.
No, I love it.
Always what you
That's
wanted,
what I
wasn't
wanted.
it?
You did it. Congratulations, you did it. And that's what I wanted. And it was necessary, as Paige just described perfectly. Like, as we grew, it became more and more difficult to get the FaceTime with the team so they can look me in the eyes and know that when I say I care about you, when I say I love you, like I tell my employees that I love you. We went to dinner tonight. I told everyone, love you guys. Thank you so much. Like, I tell them I love. I don't tell people that I love them that I don't love. That would be ridiculous, but it's weird. I tell them I love them.
And they believe you. Like, they know that it's not just like an I love you with a fist bump. It's like, I love you, man. Hey, see you next time. You know, it's
because I fucking
real.
mean it.
They love you back.
But it's hard to get that message out as you grow. And what it takes for the entrepreneurs and the people who are trying to grow a team, what it takes is to get people who are exactly in your image and fully understand what they have now both described as my feelings and take them on as their own and show that same love for the people from a leadership position. And then they'll feel the same thing about you. And now I've got people in my company who are showing, and again, you guys can attest, when someone accidentally squeezes their way into a leadership role and they lead with toxicity and shitty natured behavior,
they don't last.
It's not how we do shit. You know, it's okay to get heated, healthy conflict, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
It's okay as long as you have the trust to get back in action and be honest. Paige is one of the most brutally honest people in the whole company, probably the single-handed. You think there's someone more brutally honest than you?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah, there's
Who?
We're not going to name names.
And that's not even fucking true. Maybe there is. I don't know. I doubt. Not that I know of. But
maybe I'm the most honest with you. So.
Being honest, direct, yes, definitely. And I need it. Tell me the fucking truth. Don't sugarcoat shit. I don't need a yes man. I got plenty of those in my life. I need someone when I'm off, when Brooke does too. Mm-hmm. When I'm out of line, when I'm off, tell me. Mm-hmm. I'll probably disagree.
What?
But I'm pretty good at self-reflection afterwards and then coming back and be like, hey, you were right. Let's do it. Or I just get mad and say, you know what? I think I'm right, but you own you take that decision and you own it. And when it falls apart, you come to me and you say, you were right and I'm sorry. And I'll go, I know, but it's okay. We're going to get through it.
Say it again.
Yeah.
One
Tell me
more
more.
time.
No, I don't even need it. Let's go. I know. But that's what it takes. It takes a group of individuals who protect each other and protect the culture and who can fight like family and have the trust to come back and say, hey, you know, Matt might have been an asshole at that moment, but it wasn't because he hates me. It was because he wants what's best for me. He wants what's best for him. He wants what's best for the company, which is what's best for all of us to grow. And as long as we're acting in good faith and the best, what we believe, well-being for each other, you can build a bomb-ass team. And that's our niche is, what is it? Bomb-ass culture.
Bomb-ass team.
Bomb-ass team. We think that's what makes our organization more special than all of the others like ours, is that we've got a bomb-ass team. And it's because we're willing to make sacrifices. We don't choose the best person for the job necessarily. We choose the best person for our company. And if you're good at your job, but you're a shithead, we'll figure it out. Bye. Like, you got to get along and you got to give a shit about people. I mean, our number one core value is give a shit. And if you don't give a shit, you quickly get exposed. I used to, more for you, I used to be the one who would make these decisions like, hey, they don't, whatever it is, they don't quite have it. They don't care enough, or they're not dedicated, or whatever it was. And I would identify it. But now I'm not even a part of that because the team we've just kind of created this culture in our company to where the teams are eating people up. They're like, no, I'm working my ass off. I give a whole different level of shit than that person does. And next thing you know, they get rated by each other. And next thing you know, they're
rated.
I mean, whatever,
People
right?
analyze it, but yeah, it's rated.
They get rated.
But I mean,
Like, hey, are you easy to work with?
that is what it is. It's everybody, your peers are deciding, do you give a shit? Yes or no? I mean, it's as easy as that.
That's right.
I don't want to work next to somebody
Yeah,
who doesn't give a shit.
It's a great mentality
accountability.
to have. 100%.
So we've got this tool. It's part of the EOS, which is what I mostly wanted to talk about today. Which we didn't at all.
We've been laser focused on.
Zeroed in on
You
it.
said it in the
Dialed
beginning.
in.
You said it in the beginning.
Yeah, and then we tailed off into 97 other topics and never went back. But in the EOS, in the operating system, there are tools. One of the tools is the People Analyzer. And basically, you are graded. You're rated or graded based on the core values. And so right people is, are you the right person? And that is yes or no, or plus or minus rather, on the core values. Does this person give a shit? Plus, minus, or plus minus, like sometimes. And then we have the other side of the People Analyzer, which is the GWC. Gets it, wants it, and has the capacity to do it. That's right seat. And the way we use this tool is not only do the leaders rate the subordinates or the lower level people, and we make decisions based on our view of them, we also have our people rate us. And we also have them rate each other. So everyone has the opportunity to rate someone in the company at some point, whether it's a peer or a leader or a subordinate or whoever. And the idea is it doesn't matter what fucking position you hold in the company. You still have to give a shit. And if this person who is a subordinate thinks their leader doesn't give a shit, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Maybe a bigger deal than the leader thinking this one individual doesn't give a shit.
Leader's going to have more of an effect.
Of course. So we've kind of created this group mentality where everyone, regardless of position and roles and responsibilities, everyone is held to the same standard as far as our values and our core values on what we do. And, sometimes it's hard to look at someone and say, hey, you're the right person. You're a great fit. You get along with everyone. You give a lot of shit. But fuck, man, you don't get it. Like, you don't understand your job, or you don't fully have the capacity probably to do that job. And now we say, all right, well, maybe there's another position in the company for him. But it's a really good tool that we are, religious about for probably, 4 years?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah?
Well, 3.
I think 3.
3.
Whatever. It's been a long time, and we use it to
And it's been a
hire.
game changer.
It's
It
a
has-
game
it has
changer
been a
tool.
game changer.
Why do you think it's a game changer? What do you mean by that?
I think it's much easier to kind of show and have it be, fair and equal rather than just saying, yeah, he's an issue. He doesn't give a shit. Like,
Gives you something to
Who
point
else-
at. Like, this is what it is, and this is why. And you can give exact examples as to where they're falling below the bar, as we call it. Like,
and everyone in the company can do it. It's not
yes,
just
it's
one
not just
person.
for management. I think the peer evaluation is
Go far.
the
Yeah.
furthest. It goes the furthest for them.
Sure.
'Cause they don't want that bad review.
And how many
Right.
times do we come to you with a people issue and the first thing you say is, do they give a shit?
What's-
Have you done the
what's
people,
the people
analyzer?
analyzer?
I
Yep.
mean, that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. What core value
Are they failing?
are they failing at? And we have our core values. We've only changed them one time. It was last year. It's very recent. All we did was shorten them and give them definitions with other ones. We literally haven't changed our core values since we created them. But we nailed it. What we did is we all got into a room. We spent days doing our vision building exercises and all this part of EOS. I'm like an EOS salesperson here. I have no stock in the company and no personal gain if you choose to use it, but I would, because it's
Yeah.
they fucking nailed it. But what we did was we locked ourselves in a room and we basically took the attributes of what we all felt as a leadership team of the most important people to our company, the best people. We said, all right, if we can duplicate, if we can fucking clone this person or these people, who would it be? And it was, Tanner was one of them. We had a bunch of people that were like, look. And then we said, okay, what are those attributes that they display that made us want to clone these people? And that is where, and we had a
long list.
we had a lot of words.
And I'm
Wordsmith
such a
over
words
here.
person over
Yes,
here.
Paige is a wordsmith. And we were able to narrow it down from probably, I don't know, you think it was 50 words
Yeah.
or more? Yeah, I mean, a lot of words to, okay, keep, kill, combined. And then we zeroed in on these. And it was mostly that, I don't know, they just give a shit, or they're always available, or
We kept coming back to care. You know, they care.
Yes.
Care
They
about
show
it.
that they care. They love what they do. They
Yep.
give a shit. I mean,
So those people early on in our company basically
defined our core values.
by their behaviors.
They weren't even there.
They had no idea. None of these, well, a couple of them were
I
in the
didn't
room.
even know.
Because Brooke,
Oh, Kirk.
Kirk, yeah, there was a couple of them. Mark.
We had perfect people analyzers.
Yes, you guys did. I bet you still have a perfect
probably
people
does.
I
analyzer.
don't know.
I bet she does.
I bet she
you
does,
do
too.
It's definitely
you still are
improved.
fun and refreshing. You still have a bad
She's got plus
attitude.
minus on
Yes.
that fun and refreshing.
Paige can't get off of that, but we changed that, didn't we?
Nope.
No, it's still there.
Oh, sorry, Paige. I tried.
We just really combined them. Just made
Yeah, we got rid of that one, Paige.
Good.
You're
Just
fine.
for you.
Boss baby can't handle failing all the time.
No. Anyway, those people truly, through their behaviors, we identified them. It's an awesome exercise. If you're in a small business or in a business, any size business, and you don't have core values that you're actually using to build your culture, like this is what we use. They just said it. This person isn't doing well. Well, what are they doing? It's either right person or right seat. And sometimes, hey, you know, if you've got no arms and no legs and no wheelchair and your job is to carry sandbags, like you don't have the capacity to do the job. Like, I'm sorry. And if you do, it isn't as well as we need it or as efficiently as we need it. And you could be the right person. Hopefully there's another job that you can do, but we cannot keep you in that role. So it's either right person or right seat. And if we can't find it in one of the core values, then we immediately go to the right seat and we go, all right, maybe they just don't get it because they're a cultural fit. Everyone enjoys being around them. You know, they give a shit. They're fun and refreshing. They have, you know, they're detail oriented, thorough. They care about all the shit. They just aren't real great at the job, you know, which
Matt,
is cool.
I think
Find something else.
there's something else that you do too that I think prevents that for the most part from even happening, and that's you do the personality traits on
Yeah.
everybody. So you know, even let's say they're applying for a job, you're like, well, your personality is not going to work in that job, but I got this job right here that you would be a great fit in within the company still.
So the culture index is what you're talking about. We talked
Yes.
about it here just a minute ago. So the culture index is a right seat tool.
Yeah.
I was hired to be a marketer.
And then we found out that she was not as friendly as we thought.
Although, maybe
Although what?
wouldn't that maybe it would be a great profile? We really haven't tested it. We could
A tech expert as a marketer?
this one.
I'm a friendly tech expert.
You are not a friendly tech
It's
When
been
she
wrong
drinks.
4 times.
expert. Every time I
When she
take
drinks.
it. Yeah, Paige.
I know.
To be
We've all
fair,
got goals, okay?
to be fair, Paige could do anything.
Yes.
Um,
Because she's got that IA that wants to win.
Paige is a beast in anything that she does. She's very adaptable and moldable. But your natural tendency to have to be friendly all the time to people would make you want to blow your brains
I
out.
don't know if friendly is the word we need to keep using, guys. I think maybe we could find a different word. Like maybe peoply or something.
Peoply.
Well, didn't
you
you
know?
say you were a friendly tech expert?
Well, I lied,
She did.
but
You're not a friendly tech expert. You're just a regular one.
I'm just a
You're a not
tech
friendly
expert.
tech expert, which are, yeah. So
The goal is so that you don't have to behaviorally flex so much in your
That's
job.
right.
We want you to be happy.
We could all do anything that we want.
Yeah.
It's just how happy are you going to be when you clock out at the end of the day, and how
Right.
drained are you going to be?
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
right.
we want to put you in the right seat and make you happy, but
We'd rather give you energy than take energy from you.
listen, we nailed it too
did.
with our.
Culture index is great.
We are.
EOS and Culture Index both are
Together.
two game changers that I can't even believe we once lived without. Like
Yeah.
I just said it to Brooke the other day. I'm like, can you believe that there are businesses out there who just don't,
Don't
have
do
these
this?
things?
No,
I know.
I mean, I'm sure they've got things in place, but it's like, how would we survive without
I want to
Culture
know
Index and
everyone's culture.
EOS and just the basic tool of the People Analyzer that we talked about? It's so basic for us, but such a game changer.
Culture index is cool. It's a game changer. It's a program written by a guy with my profile for a guy with my profile. Like I'm the ideal profile for it. And that's because I need cheat codes. It was written by a dude with my profile to give himself a cheat code. So it makes perfect sense that I'm all bought in. However, EOS, every single year after year after year, I look, and every quarterly we do, every state of the company we do, every time we do a people analyzer, every time we use one of these tools, our meeting pulse, our level 10s, like, and we have been relentless about it, and we now finally have it deployed. It took us a couple years.
In all of our departments.
Every level in all departments of all of the business, and other businesses. And I look at it in truly, like, I don't have any fucking idea how we would operate without it.
Yeah.
I mean, and
We'd
it
be a
even
mess.
said that you're going to want to steer away from it or you're going to get off track or something like that. And we almost did quite a few times.
We did a really good job, though.
And we stuck with
We
it.
did.
And
Yep.
I think
we should
it
be
shows how,
Yeah. I don't want to hear that you don't have time either. Like,
Yeah.
you make,
You
You
have to
make
make it
time.
a priority.
the show must go on. And sometimes half of your team is on vacation and the other half is busy as shit.
It's so easy to want to push it off.
It's so easy. I bet in 4 years or however long it's been, 3 years.
3, I think.
Yeah, I think it's been 3.
4 with Culture Index, 3 with EOS, I think. Maybe.
No, I think it's
backwards.
I think it's
Backwards,
four
four
and
and
three.
We got culture, or we
Yep.
got EOS first.
I think it's 4
Yeah.
years with EOS and 3 years with Culture
Yeah.
Index. And
Yeah.
I think, well, yeah, because
Let's count
Cora,
back. Cora
Cora's
was a
going to be
baby.
5, and
Then
she
he's
was,
pregnant.
2018 is when we got EOS, 2019 is Culture Index.
yeah, it might be almost 5 years.
I don't know.
Anyway, however long it's been, every single one of our meetings, every single meeting, every single state of the company, every single people analyzer, every strategic planning, every annual, I go, how the fuck do people do this without it?
Yeah, I don't know.
And like I started to say, we never have time.
Mm-mm.
Every single meeting we do is inconvenient.
Yeah, we don't want to do it.
Every plan,
Half of us are on Storm, and
oh yeah.
you know the other half have a million other things and a million other meetings
Yeah.
or things to be a part of. But we make it work. It's
We're in a
priority.
hurricane zone, and that's what I was going to say. In the 4, maybe 5 years, we got to figure this out. That we've been doing it. I mean, how many meetings have we rescheduled or canceled?
Very few.
Couple.
Yeah.
EOS makes it feel like we know what we're doing.
Yeah, it really does. It's a cheat code, and
It
be
gives you all the
relentless about it.
tools.
It gives you all the tools, and kind of another fun fact. So you can do like you can hire like an EOS implementer where they come. They change that whole plan. I don't know much about it, but they turned it into like
It's
a
still there.
franchise system. It's there.
Yeah.
But you now, instead of paying like an implementer just per session, you have to commit to like maybe a year or two. And it's like a franchise. It's not like a licensee deal. They now sell a franchise and they have, it's probably a better model for them. But anyhow,
Don't get any ideas.
no, we're not doing
Ours is working for us.
I don't because you don't have time, but both of you would be badass EOS
It is
implementers.
kind of fun.
Yeah.
You guys would both do really well. They do, for our audience, they do all of the implementation. I haven't been a part of it in several years. And recent,
5 to be exact. No, I'm just kidding.
that is not true.
All of a sudden, the number came.
That is not true. We self-implemented. So everyone on our leadership team knows how to do this because we self-implemented. We spent
We read all
probably
those books.
we read every book that they had. We did the what was it called? The
Organizational checkup.
the base camp or something.
Oh yeah, EOS Base Camp.
Base camp.
We paid for that for a whole, I don't know, maybe 2 years.
Yeah, it was $500 a month
Yeah.
or something,
To
wasn't
have
it?
all the tools to
To have all the
integrate it
tools to
ourselves.
self-implement. And what we have now created is a scenario where we do it internally. And so a big ups to us, big props to our team, us and you and our team. Not only did we do this shit, we did it on our own. We figured out how to do it, and we were that relentless with no accountability outside of ourselves.
Which
Which
would
is-
maybe be nice to have one.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
shit. That's why I said I went into that thinking we could save money, and
Maybe
when it's all said and done, we probably wasted fucking $150,000 not hiring someone
probably
to do this for us. But we gained.
a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
A lot of growth. Maybe for our 5-year anniversary, we buy ourselves a. Just-
Listen,
at this point, who needs one?
Yeah, that's how I feel.
listen, John, our
John's
friend,
great. I still talk to him.
Full
right
Welder,
Yeah. He'll do a random session. I just thought that might be kind of fun.
yeah, and he texted me anyhow. I just don't know what. I mean, we're so dialed. Like for someone to come in and only do one session with us it would take them more time to figure out what the fuck we are doing, and it would be harder for us to pivot and change than I think the value we would gain out of it
I
is.
think it would leave us unsatisfied too.
I think so
I
too.
think we would be like,
If you want to spend $7,000,
That's it?
if you want to
Oh,
build
God.
$7,500 and hire somebody to come tell us
Yeah.
exactly what we already know what to do,
Yeah.
I think we could do that. And I considered it because I guess
we
you.
did. We
I think
We
even
talked to
a
him a couple
year and a half ago, we considered it far more than we should now.
But I think we're now that Paige is running them and we're getting 9.5s
I was
and
gonna
10
say, who's
ratings.
gonna count the score?
Yeah.
here?
We needed it when Brooke
Yeah.
was running them because she was getting them 7s and shit. I'm just kidding. Anyway, listen, it's been a fun time. Ian, you got anything to add? You've been awfully quiet over there. You're usually more active. These girls steal the fucking show, huh?
Yeah, and I've
us
just been listening the last. I mean, I talked a lot in the beginning,
You
but
did,
the
I'm
last like 15, 20 minutes, I was just enjoying listening to you guys. This is a really good one. A lot of value in this episode.
You think?
I know.
I hope so. I knew that though when I
We're
bribed.
hired.
We're
Yes.
coming
Well, yeah, I
back.
mean, what did I even say in the beginning to you? I said, dude, I don't think they're in here yet, and I'm like, I got a really good feeling about this. Is going to be a really
You
good
did.
one.
Ian triple checked the audio to make sure because he said this is going to be way too important of a show to mess up the audio.
Stay tuned for the girl episode. And I'm sitting in that chair.
You should. You definitely should. Well, they threw off my whole thing. Ian, rewind. I could just cut this part out and drop it in the beginning. Make sure to like and share and subscribe and smash that subscribe button and support the show. We greatly appreciate it. We try to bring a shitload of value. I told you I am not a male chauvinist, sexist pig. I have women-led organizations and women lead my life in all aspects. And if you think I'm lying, contact either one of these two or my wife. They will tell you. Ladies, I appreciate you coming on, sharing your knowledge. I think Ian's right. I think you're going to inspire a whole lot of people. You probably don't fully understand it. We get messages, texts, comments, emails all the time from people saying that they needed to hear that or we impacted their life in some way with the value we brought. And I think today you brought from two young ladies, moms' perspectives and badass entrepreneurs. I think you're going to inspire a lot of people. So thank you. And as they both know and get told often, they haven't even scratched the surface. I haven't scratched the surface and they're going to follow the same trajectory as me. So I feel like I'm just getting started, and I
Just
know for
hanging
a
on.
fact these two are.
No, just kidding.
Yeah, no, hanging on. I'm fucking hanging on. You guys are running everything.
We're gonna
so,
lead you.
Yeah,
we got
they
this.
they are. These two and some others. It's a small studio. I couldn't fit everyone in here, but these two are certainly owed a huge what's the word I'm looking for?
Vacation?
Yes, you deserve a huge vacation. No, a huge thank you, and you are responsible for a huge part, if not most, of all of my success, and everyone who knows you knows that. So thank you for coming on. Hopefully everyone gained some value on the show. Again, please smash that subscribe button and like and share and comment and do all the shit that we always ask for. And hopefully you will come back with me on the show. I know you're going to come do your own show with Lindy. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'd enjoy watching that. So.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'd be
we'll,
a really
we'll
good
come
one.
back with you
100%.
again too, maybe.
Yeah, and then you have to come back with me. That's what Ian said. What are the odds that you're coming back? I'm like, well, I pay both of their set pretty good that they're going to
Like,
come back in
schedule
here.
it in there.
I'll force them
somewhere.
back in here. Listen, you need to come back. Our audience and I need you back
You'll
here.
just
so.
show up at the next level 10 just with your whole system.
Just with a whole setup. Yeah, Ian,
It's possible.
we're turning our level. We're going to do our level 10 in the studio today, ladies. Yeah, surprise. Anyway, appreciate it again. Please share the show. Thank you so much for your support and love and kindness always. And as always, make sure you find your purpose, serve your purpose, and protect your purpose, people. Thank you.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
There it is.
Booyah.
I almost awkwardly waved.